Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Red Dead Redemption 2 on the Mysterious JG. We haven't actually done anything worthy of a new save game slot title since Rain's Fall. But we've come to the town of Armadillo. There's stuff out here we can explore. There were other settlements or little ranches and ranges and whatnot. But not a whole hell of a lot that we need to do. So, stagecoach. We've been to the general store. The saloon is closed. There's not a whole hell of a lot else going on. We could just kind of hit McFarland's ranch on the way back to visit with Abigail. As a matter of fact, and so we shall. Bought some oat cakes, but if you're so fat, you don't need them. That's right, I'm fat shaming my horse, which is not in fact fat at all. So the story may... Are you guys okay? Oh, wow. Yep, cholera is a thing out here. We got them tossing bodies into a pit, presumably to burn them later.
Oh, partner! Another day, partner.
Another day when we got less cholera going on. Well, that's a neat little thing for them to throw into this game right in the middle of, how my core's doing. Stamina core could use a bit of help. I guess I need to not be at a full gallop before it's gonna really want to play around with this menu. Should have gotten some more chocolate bars someplace. They're good. Good for everything except your health. The other thing I could do is actually,
Hey, partner!
actually stop and eat a proper meal instead of a chocolate bar and maybe sleep. But it's in the middle of the day, and the feels like chocolate bar time. One of the things I am not looking forward to in the next few months, I was on a big program of weight loss over the last year, which I've really let go since recent health concerns have just kind of made it like, well, what the fuck, man. Never get up to as heavy as you were before you lost all that weight, but don't worry about trying to lose any more at this particular junction in time. And one of the things I've treated myself with over the last couple of weeks, since my health has gone, I've become aware of health issues, is Dairy Queen Blizzards are like a big thing that I'm just like, yeah, what the hell? This is something that's super high calorie. It's not really good for you. I enjoy them. I'm gonna treat myself to these as often as possible. And I found out fairly recently that extreme temperature sensitivity is one of the counterindications of some of the meds I'm going to start taking. So I'm probably gonna have to stop doing the DQ Blizzards. It's a shame, but it might be good for my longevity, because I've discovered recently it's a lot easier to put it on than it is to take it off. I was like dipping down into like getting below, well, never mind, stop talking about this now, but I'd weighed less than I had in years, but some of that just came purely out of illness, I would imagine. So we can ride through McFarland's ranch. There used to be a general store in McFarland's ranch. It was obviously a big part of the story, and more or less it was your first home base in Red Dead Redemption 1. In this game it's still there on the map, but there doesn't appear to be any shops or anything. That's too bad. Thieves Landing, on the other hand, has to be an actual city. Whether the story ever takes us there, or whether there's anything to do there other than having a general store. I mean, Aww.
good dog.
Okay, I'm not gonna get the full. I'm gonna have to patch you before I get the full treatment of good guy points.
Hey, buddy.
I'm already as good as a human being can possibly be, despite having recently shot my horse. So that was just to confirm. Maybe if we can proceed in the plot, something will happen. But for now, one of those little touches I really liked about Red Dead Redemption 1 is the look on Bonnie's face, and just the kind of sort of kicks at the ground, and then we see her walking off after a farmhand who seemed like a decent but not particularly impressive guy one way or another, but she goes walking off after him with a look of determination on her face after seeing John Marston ride away with his wife and realizing that she probably should have, well, she turns out she really likes John Marston.
Slow up now.
We found legendary fish location. I don't care about the legendary fish location, guys, just so you know. Well, we had to expect that. I don't remember this. There being this many little bridges across water in Red Dead Redemption, but we're in a section of map. I would be surprised if this isn't extremely faithful, you know, reimagined, higher quality graphics or whatever. But I would be really surprised if the geography isn't very faithful to RDR1 here. I wouldn't necessarily notice unless something was really strange about it. Okay, there we go. We'll get a little farther into Thieves Landing here. And at some point I may get curious enough to ride down to the bridges into Mexico to see why they're closed, but at the beginning of Red Dead Redemption 1 they're closed. You have to advance the story of Red Dead Redemption 1 before Mexico becomes available, so maybe it makes sense. You've discovered a gang hideout. Wow. Well, you know what? I've had pretty good luck against these guys so far. Oh, I didn't actually want 2 scoped rifles. So maybe Thieves Landing isn't a town now. It's at this point it's just where a bunch of these guys are.
Aquí todos buscamos oro, el rico y abundante oro de las diligencias gringas, y seguiremos buscándolo hasta que todos terminen muertos en el... ¡Ay, ay!
I don't know where the rest of them are I mean, there's plenty of places they could be coming from, obviously, but...
Today you die, you coward son of a bitch!
I'm one of the El Diablo Lobo gang, you son of a bitch! Oh, I can't put a scope on this rifle. I'll take my sweet time about this. I hope you guys are okay with that. Imagine you're okay with it only if I end up succeeding. If after all this I fail, not so much. I'm just going to personally take over this fort here, if that's okay. Damn it.
Let's see how Bullet does against that thick skull!
Alright, worked out pretty well.
You think you can take the Lobos on the ground?
You need air support to defeat the Lobos. Damn it. Oh no, he's using that chick, Olga Galukovich tactics there. Oh shit. Okay, I just kind of raced out in the open, got punished for it there. Yep, popping up and shooting a few of them and then dropping off the wall seems to have worked out pretty well. Thinned out their numbers, really confused them,
Look at that.
spread them out.
All dead.
Oh, apparently one of them ran away because I took over. I could have sworn that there was one left, but so what do you actually get for clearing a gang hideout? There was much smaller hideouts than this I could have cleared as Arthur for the O'Driscoll boys that I never bothered with. Did I somehow liberate Thieves Landing and turn it into a full-fledged town, or? Okay, there's corpses there, but they're on the ceiling. So I've made civilization safe on planet Nova. By killing all the guys here in Thieves Landing, I've made it a safe place for us to raise our kids up. And if I knew where this ladder was, yeah, I could safely take it down and not risk fall damage. guess I already looted the guys who were right there. Well, there you go. I guess Thieves Landing isn't a town. Now it's Del Lobo base. But now that I've taken them out, I should be able to build a communications tower to get more settlers to arrive.
Let's go.
Build a power supply, water, food, some turrets. And, yeah. I'm being silly. I'm referencing Fallout 4. I shouldn't reference games that I've spent a lot of time playing, but I've never Let's Played and assume that you guys know what's going on with them. Well, I mean, I don't see any. There's a wanted poster up here. Tell you what, we spent more than half a video already. Let's just head up to Strawberry and be ready to start a bounty mission in the next video. Because I think clearing out an outlaw camp, I mean, we can even check. This counts as completion. Gang hideouts 5 of 6. Hold on. Maybe that means 5 of 6 remain. That's probably what it means. Compendium, that's what I want to be looking for. Gang, 6 of 6 discovered. Lemoyne Rangers, Driscoll Boys, Murphy Brood, Skinner Brothers, Larmy Gang. Oh, I guess we counted them earlier on. The Del Lobo Gang. Gang members killed 66. Hideouts found 1 of 5. Hideout found, yes, they only have 1 hideout. They're a small gang, I guess. Skinner Brothers don't seem to have a hideout. Murphy Brood, hideout found, yes, there's only 1, I guess. O'Driscoll Boys. Well, never mind. I guess either I cleared out hideouts and didn't even realize it, or just finding the hideout counts. Whatever. I guess if we tracked those guys, it would have counted as that I tracked and killed, and then we loaded the game, and that never happened. Now that probably would have counted as finding their hideout. Hold on, I'm curious. Welcome to New Austin. It doesn't say Thieves Landing; it says New Austin. So that's a New Austin is a state. It's basically Texas land. Blackwater in the old game, Blackwater was like, oh, this represents the quasi-eastern city that's on the edge of the Old West, and in this game, oddly enough, it's an Old West game, but the entire game, story-wise, takes place east of where all of Red Dead Redemption 1 took place. But Saint-Denis becomes the big city, and it's certainly more eastern than Blackwater ever felt. I believe that's our ranch that I'm riding right past. No, I keep seeing the same ranch and thinking it's ours. It is not. This is wide open country, too. I really don't need to be that worried about running over people who are picking nicotine. Tobacco, I should say. They're not picking nicotine. I suppose you are picking nicotine if you're picking tobacco, but I think you know what I meant. Will the wolf survive? I don't know. We just kind of chased after one for a bit there. Could be I should have followed the roads because I'm about to hit something my horse won't be able to climb. Yeah, I think that's exactly what's happening. Let's turn around here. It is a pretty game. Yeah, I know you don't like me doing that bounty hunter work, Abigail, so that's why I didn't tell you about it. I spent several videos doing bounty missions and several videos wandering around looking for them and getting sidetracked. One thing about getting confused is that it gives your horse a chance to rest when you can't trot or gallop. Because you don't know where the hell you're going. Oh, I thought I was going to run over an animal. I was going to steal awesome.
Hey, hurry.
There's probably something cool and secret in there. I never did any of the treasure maps in this game either. I mean, at some point I'm going to call it this is a long series. There's a lot of optional stuff to do in this game. And as much as I've enjoyed this game, I don't have the same level of sentimental attachment to it that I developed to Red Dead Redemption. I think that the fact that the plot turned interesting and tragic, I mean, I kind of knew that was going to happen. In Red Dead Redemption, the possibility of a happy ending seemed to be present from the beginning. Red Dead Redemption 2 took a pretty different track. And while I like the device of letting you play as John Marston in the epilogue chapters, sure as hell, there was never any real strong possibility, certainly not after you got his diagnosis, that Arthur was going to get out of this and have like a long and happy, peaceful life when he went legit, you know?
Sir!
Yes, sir! No, don't drive into the river horse. That's not a thing you need to be doing.
Excuse me.
So this is strawberry, right? I believe this is strawberry. So am I allowed to buy from you or not? Apparently not.
Hey, mister.
Howdy, sir. Hey, partner.
Looks like I can go in here and get
This town's okay.
information about robberies, but not actually do them.
Howdy. Mister?
I've had a few videos go long. I wouldn't be a criminal if this one went slightly short, but
Hey there. You Hector?
That's me.
I've been told you're a discouraged man.
Ah, you must be a friend of that Josiah Trelawney.
well, I used to know him, but then he disappeared from the
Alright.
story.
In that case, I've got something here you might want to take a look at. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it costs money to do,
Alright, suit yourself.
maybe later. I mean, like right now, I'm trying to be on the up and up. Welcome and bienvenue, welcome.
Welcome to our fair city. Citizens, enjoy yourselves. Visitors, amuse yourselves.
Everyone else
We are a
beware.
simple mountain town for people who believe in a better, wiser, kinder America.
I'm gonna rob this guy.
Welcome to Strawberry, my friends.
I'm standing around on your couch. What do you think
And
of
to
that?
those that live here, stay here. We're a fine town for fine people. An oasis of culture and civilization in the West. American
West is the best.
ingenuity, European sophistication, fine architecture, and above all, good manners. All here in West Elizabeth. Hello?
Do you respond to
Good day,
individual
kind sir.
humans?
Hello? enjoy our fair town in peace and be nice. Be nice.
Hello?
Be well, my proud people. Be well and be
What is...
happy.
I remember a guy looking for him, looking for this town, saying the mayor was a bit of a blowhard, but I'm not sure if there's any point to any of this. Happy Island.
All we ask is you give us a chance.
He's reading it carefully off of that paper.
To make you happy. A chance to make you feel like
As the
this
vice
is your
mayor,
home.
I
Since
agree.
I've been elected mayor, I have reduced the criminal element significantly, but more than that,
What?
I have raised the cultural element.
Now put it away.
We have transformed Strawberry into a veritable Versailles of the West.
He's not out of dialogue yet, so I'm still like thinking maybe that this will play out and will lead to some kind of side quest.
We are a sophisticated place for sophisticated folk.
A very special place for people with special tastes.
Whether
That
you're
sounded
stopping for an
terrible.
hour or a lifetime, we embrace you.
Well, he's Nicholas Timmons.
Good to have you.
No, so we can follow him inside. Well, let's search the chest anyway. This is a place for people with fine tastes. Come in and take all the brandy you want. Okay, so I really don't know what the point of any of this was, but we'll get some loot out of it, I suppose. Horse stimulant. Can't carry any more of that item. Because I do tend to just have my horses die outright before I have a chance to stimulate them. That sounded very weird. Oh, good. Moonshine. Sophisticated moonshine for sophisticated people. There's a bottle of something up on the wall. That red mist apparently doesn't count as, it's famous. It doesn't count as something that we can take. Okay, well, I got a money clip. There's nothing new but the money.
Have you met Mayor Timmons? He's a fine man, a visionary, some might say.
Well, I've tried to meet him, but he doesn't really want to talk to me. I wonder if there's more stuff here that I could be taking. Oh, I could search this desk.
What did I do to you?
Nothing. It's fine. I'm just robbing you slowly. Just taking your crackers. Don't get excited.
Just
Alright.
brush it off.
Well, that was weird. And the jail here is where we will actually find the wanted poster. But we will do that next time. I'm the Serious JG. I want to thank you guys for watching. That video was supposed to go short, and then we ended up spending a lot of time listening to the mayor, trying to talk to him, and eventually we just settled for robbing the establishment that he was visiting. Catch you guys next time.